President Trump taking on Mueller again, the commander-in-chief, comparing the probe to McCarthyism, tweeting, quote, "Study the late Joseph McCarthy because we are now in a period with Mueller and his gang that make Joseph McCarthy look like a baby. Rigged witch hunt." Here now to react is Brad Blakeman, former George W. Bush senior staffer. I don't know. This one may be a bridge too far. What do you think?
It is a bridge too far, but I get what the president's saying. Look, there's nothing worse than government abuse, overreach. The power of the government, the power especially of a special counsel, is one that can wield tremendous power and never seems to end and costs a lot of money. Remember, the original charge of the special counsel is to get to the bottom of whether there was collusion, criminal collusion, between any American to influence the elections of 2016. So far, we've seen nothing. All we've seen are witch hunts, which I have to agree as far as the original collusion, but also ancillary charges like what's going on with Manafort in Alexandria, Virginia, charges unrelated to his basic charge. So I get the president, it's frustration, and there's a basic tenet in the law that says justice delayed is justice denied. Get to what you're supposed to do and close up the tent and go home.
Although if you look at it from the outside, I mean, there are many different ways to interpret the latest wrinkle, which has been, the idea of White House counsel Bill McGahn sitting down and testifying for 30 hours on end. On one side, you see people pointing out from the New York Times article that he said he felt like he was free to say anything, that he needed to, that he wasn't being held back by the president. And that he also said, according to the article, I mean, we don't know, but this is according to the leak to the New York Times, that he's never seen the president exceed his authority. On the other hand, you see people interpreting it as the president throwing the White House counsel under the bus, and he felt like he needed to go there to kind of escape being the scapegoat. I mean, those things are so diametrically opposed. How do you interpret what you see coming out of that particular wrinkle?
Look, unless you're in the room, unless you're participating in the meetings, you don't know what's going on in the meetings. And you can take away from the meeting anything you want to. You can spin it any way you want to without fact. The fact that Mueller is even leaking in his team, the team that is supposed to be unleakable, troubles me because there shouldn't be any leaks at all. And the fact that the New York Times is reporting things that don't actually go to the substance, all they're telling us is that McGahn has been deposed for 30 hours. It may sound like a lot, but not really when you look at the territory that has to be covered in this investigation. The fact that the president even allowed him to testify, he could have exerted a privilege over his counsel. The courts have held that the president's counsel has a privilege that's owed to the president. So if the president had something to hide, he could easily have told McGahn and the prosecutors, you cannot question the counsel. And guess what? It probably would have wound up in court, but I think the president would have won.
Yeah. At the same time, when McGahn goes and testifies, in a lot of ways, maybe that sort of insulates the president from having to do it, because what could you have to ask him that his counsel wouldn't have already answered?
That's a very good point. The fact is the president has a lot on his plate, and unless there's something serious to where they actually need the president's attention rather than want it, then they shouldn't get it. And the president should have those around him cooperate as needed. But again, it's a needs versus want. Prosecutors want the world. The question is, what do they actually need?
True. I'm not sure the tweeting's helping, though. Brad Blakeman, thank you. Maybe not in this case. All right, thank you.